Under my thumb is the girl who makes me. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. I was gonna call all my father figures this morning, but I realized that they're all in church. I was like, I should call all the papas. All of my papas are in church. Well, on my side of the family, anyway. Basically, randomness. Hello, Mr. Naughty Priest. How are you today? Hopefully doing well. Hopefully kicking it. You get way too excited to see me live. Yeah. I don't think these are very exciting, but I guess I'm not the one watching. I would think that these would be like pretty chill. Maybe you're excited for the chill. That could work. That's beautiful Washington today. Beautiful. Yeah. Actually cold. Like, I woke up kind of super early this morning. Stepped out here and it was like full hoodie weather. It's like, damn. Is this paradise? Is it possible that I've found paradise? I guess so. That is going to hurt your lungs. Already did, bro. Already did. Your chance to get me to not be a pot smoker passed in 1993. Okay? Had you come at me strong in 1993, maybe you could have convinced me. But at this point, it's over, bro. It's over. You're 15. You're banned. Don't be circumventing shit. Your ass is banned. Let's see. Let me get rid of some of these idiots. Got no mods in here today. Ugh. And I may have to turn on the old whatchamacallit too. Slow mode and all that fun stuff. Monkey button. It looks like that's what you need. I'll turn on the 8 button here in a minute if it keeps being stupid. 30-minute rule is 100% accurate. Always. Always. All right, guess what, femboy? Guess what, bud? You've been promoted. Now ban them. Ban them all. No, I'm kidding. Nothing on the top but a bucket on mob and illustrated. Is that how you spell illustrated? Bro. Illustrated? Bro, no way that's how you spell illustrated, bro. Nothing at the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. See a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs questions when you got words? Doom, 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 doom. Dude, illustrated. I ain't seen one that bad in a minute. Dude, that was some bone apple tea, bro. You guys enjoy that bone apple tea? Grammarly is free. Grammarly is fucking free. Thank you, baby. All day. Morning meds. Fistful of horse pills. Okay, I picked one. I picked one. Hello? I picked one. All caps is not cruise control for cool. What number, man? What number did I pick? I've got it in my head, bro. 420? How did you know? Do you think Rosa Parks would be a gamer? I'm sorry. That question caught me in the giggle box. So, okay. You can't ask questions like that while I'm smoking, bro. Would Rosa Parks be a gamer? What the fuck? Ugh. Don't be calling me daddy, bro. I ain't responsible for you. Don't be calling me daddy, okay? I ain't your daddy and I ain't having it. Don't make me responsible for your ass, okay? Don't go bald. I won't. I promise. We need you front lines, dog. Front lines where? You need a fat dude with a horrible back. You need a fat old guy with horrible knees and a horrible back on the front lines. The front lines must be collapsing. If we've reached that point. At the ICE protest? Yeah, man. I understand having people like fly into LA to participate in that shit. It'd be nice. But I just don't think I'm the guy you need, right? I'm middle-aged. I'm in pretty bad physical shape. And I've got a lot of physical problems on top of that, right? Horrible back, horrible knees. Like, I'm not really the guy you want to squabble up with the cops or anybody, really. Right? Vouch would go to the front lines. I hope he does. He's younger than shit. I've been on the front lines. I've been at protests. I've picketed. I've done my frontline stuff. Now you youngsters, get out there and get after it. I ain't 20 no more.
You tell them we peeked at the military parade to see Trump's face.
Oh my god, dude. Him and Melania they just hate each other. Trump looked so fucking disappointed and it was so boring and like it was so boring that like the news people were just talking over it,
Yeah.
like there was nothing going on that was worth listening to or paying attention to. Some of the pictures today look pretty fucking pathetic, like sparse attendance is what I would call it.
Yeah.
And it looks like some of the soldiers were, because I gotta tell you, like, when you're talking about drill battalions, those dudes know how to march. And it is like a machine. Right? If you look at some of those soldiers, they were just like. And I think it might have been protest.
Yeah.
I think it might have been an act of protest.
To do it shittily.
Because they looked like shit. Trump was going for a North Korean military parade or a Russian military parade.
Jeez.
Everything is down to the gnat's ass.
Yeah.
Every soldier is in sync. Every time they walk by the leader, they're given the salute, and there's not a single time where somebody breaks stride or go look at that fucking parade. Nobody is taking it like that. And our soldiers are trained to do parade march. That's part of what they do in basic, is train you how to parade march with everybody else. So to me, it almost looked like the military was kind of going like, we'll obey orders, but you ain't getting our finest. Because I've seen like, if you go and you could probably pull one up, out there if you're interested in looking at it. Go look at like a Marine basic graduation ceremony, right? Where everybody's in their parade fatigues or whatever, right? They've got like the medals and the blah, 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 blah. And they do a big graduation ceremony when a class of recruits graduates and become Marines, right? Go look at that versus the parade yesterday, and you tell me that the military wasn't protesting a bit. Yeah. But, I mean, there was hardly anybody there to see it. So, who cares, right? But they looked like absolute ass. In terms of like being a parade march. All out of sync, all nonchalant. They weren't crispy. They were just kind of like plodding. A military parade for a draft dodger. Yeah, I know. Seriously. Bone spurs. That's why Trump didn't go to Vietnam. Bone spurs. Then did you guys hear the hot mic? He got caught hot micing. He was getting mic'd up for some interview with Steve Doocy from CNN. And Steve Doocy is like, so, are you gonna, you thinking about, they're talking off the record. Are you thinking about getting Mr. Kim Jong-un to come to the White House? We'd heard you mention that. And he's like, yeah, I'd like to do that. He's like, Kim's a very strong leader. And when he has a parade like this one, all of his people are listening to him, and all of his people are very respectful of him, and that's what I want from my people. Literally, that's what he says. So he's literally just fantasizing about being a dictator. He's probably so old and demented that he doesn't know he isn't one. And certain segments are just letting him cosplay as one. And he's just having a fantastic time in his own demented mind, surrounded by gaslighting yes men who will tell him that the world is exactly what he wants it to be. And it was very sad and baby-like to see him pouting yesterday as the parade happened. There's all these pictures of Trump just sitting there pouting.
Okay. So, the hot mic...
Yes.
...was from 2018.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought that happened recently.
No, I think it probably just made the rounds again.
Oh, got
You're
it.
talking about this, right?
Yeah, the Steve Doocy hot mic. I thought it was this...
it had come out last year,
God.
but it was really from 2018.
That's funny.
So it's not something that just happened.
Oh, but it came out last year.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that just shows that he's been in fantasy land since 2018.
Yeah. So yeah, someone must have just fucking decided to put it in the rounds again.
Well, it makes sense to put it in the rounds again, yeah. Trump's great. Got a great big diaper on, I'll tell you that. And it looks like a great big catheter running down his leg, too. Trump's got pee-pee problems, prostate problems. Got a big bag catheter running down the back of his leg and a big fat diaper on, too. But whatever, right? He's still the boss hog, you know? He's still the coolest guy in the room, you know? He just got a shitty diaper, that's all. Can you have $5? No. He's got pee-pee problems, and he's got doo-doo problems as well.
I think that's why Melania's face was so struggling.
Oh, yeah. Well, Melania's better at it than he is, though.
Yeah.
Like, there are some pictures out of that where Trump, and some video footage of minutes of Trump just sitting there looking abjectly miserable. Just like, you can read misery on a human face. Trump was miserable yesterday. He saw that the military was fucking up and looking sloppy. And there's nothing he can do about it. He's not a drill sergeant. Nobody was there. He saw the bleachers empty. He saw people sitting around randomly on lawns and shit. He didn't get half the attendance he was prepared for. Trump was absolutely fucking livid yesterday. Like a little 5-year-old who didn't get what he wanted for his birthday. Literally, he's regressed back to that, if he ever graduated from it. Dude was straight up pouting. Trump's a badass, big badass in a diaper. Is he the world's first badass in a big diaper with a runny dump in it? Like, I'm asking you honestly. Is he the world's first badass in a catheter? The world's first badass with a giant pussy on his neck? The world's first badass that spends 2 hours putting on his makeup before he goes in public? Is that true? I mean, you probably smell some badass when you're around Trump, but I don't think that makes him a badass. You know what I mean? Yeah. Badass Powder who can't even get his military to give a good fucking parade for him because they'd hate him. Pretty badass. That sounds pretty badass to me. Unc got some horror stories? Bro, the media's got some horror stories. You guys remember when Trump was on trial? Go back and look. Look at the horror stories from the reporters that were there observing the trial about how often Trump loudly farted and made runny shit sounds into his diaper while he was sitting there, and how bad the smell was within a 30-foot radius of Trump. The dude smells like shit 24/7 because he shits his pants. He's got a big, giant 4XL adult diaper on, and you can see it underneath his pants. He's also wearing a catheter. You can see that underneath his pants, too. The dude's basically a rotten corpse. So explain to me how that equal I'm not making shit up. Go look. Go look it up, bro. Multiple reports, independent reports, of Trump shitting and farting into his diaper throughout the case, and there being an aura of shit smell around him. You ain't gonna take my word for it. Go look it up, bro. leg braces, back brace. The dude is basically a walking corpse. Got the brain of like a fucking 3-year-old. Has literally, they've studied his vocabulary. He speaks at a 4th grade level. Dude, so I'm waiting to hear something badass. Dodged the draft, pretended he had bone spurs so he didn't have to go actually fight in the military. Loves a military parade, but dodged the draft. I'm waiting for the badass to come out. I'm waiting for the badass. All over Jeffrey Epstein's flight logs, all over Jeffrey Epstein's evidence. So a pedophile? A secret pedophile that raped little girls with Jeffrey Epstein is a badass? I'm waiting for what's the badass part? So, dump diaper, pedophile, catheter bag, smells like doo-doo dookie, puts on makeup every single day, right? Dodged the draft. I'm waiting for badass to come out. Where's the badass? Can somebody give me the badass? Yes. Some idiot in chat, several idiots in chat, there's pro-Trumpers here, claiming he's a badass. Explain me the badassery, bro. Explain to me how a dude with a dump in his pants, on Epstein's flight logs, fat, stupid, how's that badass? I'm waiting. Lies, he's not fat. He's not on Epstein's flight logs.
His name just happened to be in all the documents that they released.
Yeah. His name just happens to be all over everything, and there just happens to be a fuck ton of pictures of him with his arm around Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. He just pictured with him everywhere. He's all over the flight logs. His name is all over it. Jeffrey Epstein had something like 28 different numbers to get a hold of Trump. But nah, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move along. Move along. Nothing to see here. Has a bunch of fucking... And then these motherfuckers will be the loudest people in the room to call out somebody else being a pedophile. But they will cheerlead Trump's nuts all day long. Gargle his big old floppy orange sack all day long. Guaranteed pedophile. Damn. Trump is corny? Yeah, that's the least of Trump's problems.
Cool.
I got a teabag mark on my forehead. No, that's a mushroom print from my own dick. Sometimes when I pop a boner, it pops me in the forehead. It's like, oh shit, goddamn motherfucker. Ugh. You're calling Trump fat? Yeah. Does me being fat make Trump not fat? Is that the question? Like, what does me being fat have to do with Trump's big dump diaper?
Like, you are about his height. So
Yeah.
You know what fat looks like.
Yeah, he's fat as fuck. He's fat as fuck. You can worry about me later. I tell you what, when I'm president, we'll worry about how fat, stupid, stoned, and fucking incapable I am. Right? But until that day, let's keep on the topic. Fat, stupid, dump diaper, pedophile. Next. Where's the badass? Draft dodger. Draft dodger. That's another one too. So do you support Trump? What do you think? Oh, yes, talking about Biden. Was Biden all over Epstein's flight logs? Because I seem to remember somebody else was all over Epstein's flight logs, and Epstein had 22 numbers for somebody, and I don't think it was Joe Biden. Who was that? Who was that? So president has to be fit? Fuck yeah. Yeah, yes.
When he's 79?
Yes, when a president is 79 years old and could croak at any second and is making split-second decisions at 4 a.m. about the fate of the nation, yes, yes, abso-fucking-lutely.
If he was 40-something, he could be as fat as he wants.
Yeah, yeah. You want to be a fatty? Like, let's start electing people that aren't literally old enough to be my great-grandfather. Let's do that. Trump could be my great-granddaddy. Mine. I'm 45 years old, and Trump could ostensibly be my great-grandfather. You don't think that's a fucking problem? Who was the last fit president? Obama.
Yeah, I guess
Obama was fit as a fiddle.
Biden wasn't fat though. Like
No, Biden rode bikes. But I wouldn't call him fit though. He was falling over every 5 seconds.
But he could do it.
You look terrible for 45. Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Great grandfather at 45. It'd be a bit of a stretch. That's not many years between.
Yeah.
79 and 45. They'd have to have all had kids at 12.
Yeah, people think Paul supported Biden. These people are stupid. These people have one narrative, one script in their head. If I'm talking shit about Trump, I must be a lib. I must be a Biden humper. I must be a Kamala supporter. These people are brain broken, right? They hear some negativity about Trump. None of it made up, by the way. All of it true. And they immediately go to like, oh, you're fat. You look horrible. It's like, what's that got to do with the price of rice in China, kid? Stay on the topic. You want to put an apostrophe R-E for your. Your is a possessive. It means your dog, your cat. Just letting you know so you don't look like a fucking idiot and get immediately banned out of the next chat. Anybody else? Anybody got any clapback on anything I've said about Trump? There's a lot of people in here butthurt. A lot of people in here saying, I love Trump. Got no clapback on the pedophile? Got no clapback on the dump diaper? Got no clapback on the 80-year-old peepaw? Got no clapback on the shit tier military parade that just went on? Nothing. Oh, you fat, you stupid. Please tell me what made Biden so good. You're brain broken. I'm not a Biden voter, idiot. Biden's a moron. Biden was a gibbering, demented moron. How you like that? And Donald Trump has a big fat dump in his diaper. Both are true. Guess what? I'm a different kind of political animal. Okay? I'm not part of the duopoly. I'm not a mono-party voter that squabbles for people who are reprehensible. Joe Biden is a reprehensible, racist piece of shit who never should have been president. How you like that? How you like them apples? You're gonna swat me? Do it. Do it. Now, allow me to swat you. Somebody want to swat the idiot? Oh, fuck stain. Don't talk about it, be about it. I don't take threats. All right? Threats are not a bargaining chip in my world. You want to threaten me? You're going to get exactly that. Do it. Shut your fucking loud mouth about it. Anybody else? Yeah. Ooh, that's ominous. You never like to hear that when you live near big fucking air bases. Because that's a fast flyer. Maybe even a group of fast flyers. There she goes. Come on, D. This is my take on Elon. Drugged out, autistic, embarrassment. If I had 3 terms, that's it. Totally fucking just like autistic to the point of being like visibly, physically embarrassing. And you just want to tell him, like, why don't you shut the fuck up and just like go do what you're good at? Go run the Tesla company and shut up. But he thinks he's cool. You know? It's very sad. Is he really good at that? I don't know how you take it away from him, right? I can't fucking like open my front door without tripping over a Tesla. So he sold a lot of them motherfuckers, and that's kind of like how we define successful, right? Created a brand, sold a whole fuck ton of it, right? So yeah, I'd say if he's good at anything, he's good at doing that. So why doesn't he just do that? Well, I mean, he's a big part of what pushed the EV market to the point where it's at now. I don't think Tesla can claim superiority anymore. Like, I drive an EV that would probably blow doors on a Tesla unless you're getting, like, the Plaid or whatever. Seen one Cybertruck in my life on I-80. Dude, I'm haunted by the fucking things. But I'm out on the West Coast. There's going to be a lot more of them out here than there are anywhere else. But I'm haunted by them. Pretty much every time I go out, I see one. And there are some ugly ones, dude. I saw one that had like a pink wrap on it. I was like, you gotta be joking. I saw one that had a camouflage wrap on it. So fucking goofy, dude. Oh my God. And every time I see one, I just imagine Elon's vacant-eyed, ketamine-ed out, pot-bellied ass trying to do the X jump. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yep, that guy's driving. Definitely. That guy is in there. For show. It's astoundingly stupid that Elon went so hard for right-wing parties since EVs. He just fucked himself. Like, he's tanked his company. He's in the process of possibly tanking his military contracts with other things. I mean, he's just like literally fucked himself out of the goodwill of the people that would ostensibly buy his products. Now MAGA hates him and the left hates him. Who's going to buy a Tesla now? You know? Still the richest man in the world. Cool. Cool. If only money could buy you not being a fucking autistic, embarrassing retard. He'd probably buy that, right? I love how trolls think you care what they say. Sometimes I do. Yeah. It's never the stuff that's like, oh, you're fat, you're stupid. Like, it's stuff where like somebody's taking a very clear argument from me and attributing something else to me that I never said or did. Sometimes trolls will do that. It gets way under my skin, right? I don't like that. I will fucking absolutely stand on anything that I have said. And if I've been wrong about something, I'll go like, hey, I was fucking wrong about that, right? What I will not do is abide somebody misquoting or misattributing something to me in order to make a strong argument against me work. That I will not do. And that gets way under my skin. And there are people that, like, they're not mentally equipped to actually dismantle the things that I say. And so they tilt against windmills, right? They do the fucking Don Quixote. Well, that's fine. You show a modicum of passion and they think that means they win. I mean, like, think about this. Strip all of that away. Strip the stupid rules away. How the fuck do you win a conversation? Can somebody get at me about that? Well, I've talked about this a million times, but the way people have gamified human conversation has done nothing but create a bunch of mental midgets who think they're intelligent and who follow somebody who's read a book or two, right? If that's what you want, a legion of bobbleheads, too stupid to read a book, so they just blindly follow somebody who has. That's what it's created, right? Legions of dumbasses who just repeat what somebody who's not quite a dumbass says. What's my education level? College dropout. Why do I look so saintly? Because I'm Paul. I'm literally a saint. I don't blame Vosh and Destiny. They didn't invent the cult of personality. They didn't invent the undoing of the American educational system that led to a group of bobble-headed followers. They didn't invent any of that. What do I do for work? I'm a podcaster. So I've been a podcaster for 10 years. Here on YouTube, I do a show that's called Onion Nuggets. You can go check that out. That's how I've made all my money for a decade. Well, not quite a decade. It'll be a decade in December of this year. Have I written a book? No. Yes, I meditate. Why'd you change it from deep fat fried? Because deep fat fried is algorithmically destroyed. Deep fat fried about 6 years ago got put on the limited monetization list, and there is no way to get it off. It's basically a dead channel. We still stream that there. We still have people that follow that channel, but as far as being able to grow that channel in any capacity, we can't do it. The channel is not monetizable. So Onion Nuggets is. Onion Nuggets has members and is fully monetized and all of that fun stuff. So that's why. Smoking is bad, making you cough. Weed will do that. Yeah, weed does that to people. And smoking is bad? Damn, I've never heard that from a person before. Holy shit. How did I live for 45 years and it took a retard in a YouTube chat to tell me that smoking's bad? Am I okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay? What would lead you to just ask a total stranger, are you okay? No, I'm just wondering. Do I know you? You ask everyone that. Are you okay? Oh. Yeah, it's got a little bit of portent to it, you know, that question. I'd rather cough than be a prude about everything. I mean, I don't know, dude. Are you 12? Is it the first time you've seen somebody smoke a joint? He's coughing. He's coughing. It's like, Jesus, man. Is there anything I can fucking do? See, like, I don't want to get on this rant again. This is a common rant for this channel. But, like, dude, I would love some way to keep everybody under the age of 18 as fucking far away from me as possible. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to hang with them. I don't want to be around them in this space. I do everything I can. I check the box. Is this made for fucking people under the age of 18? No, this is not made for people under the age of 18. But I still get fuck tons of people that are too young to be here. Like, if you're under the age of 18, you've got mush brain. You've got way too much to do in your life for me to take anything serious that you ever say. And it's like, nice merch. Yeah, dude, we got badass merch. Pessimist.co. You can check out our merch. We got some badass merch. State of UN, Oregon, Washington. Brain rot to the fullest. How many shades of green are in the trees? I mean, you tell me, bro. I'll give you a little sunlit look. Too many to count, right? I mean, if you really look at it, too many to count. All different shades of green. I'm pretty based, right? That's based. That's pretty based. Mosquitoes must be wild. It's the area that I live in. It's kind of too cold year round for mosquitoes to go ape shit. I'm not saying they don't exist out here. I'm saying they are not crazy here. Because I wish I had my other phone out here. I'd tell you what the temperature is here right now, but let's just say it's not a typical temperature for June. I would say right now it's probably 59 degrees at 11:03 p.m. where I'm at. To describe the smell, every morning when I wake up and I open this door and I step out onto this porch to do my stretches and to meditate and stuff, I'm immediately hit with two very distinct smells at once. One of them is that fresh, clean smell of like a pine forest, which I live under the canopy of. And the other is that fresh smell of the ocean breeze blowing in, which I also live near. And so I get that plus that every morning. Even stronger, I think, in the morning because everybody's asleep, nobody's mowing, there's no interference human wise because everybody's out. You know what I mean? Still, the world hasn't woken up yet. And that smell is just absolutely breathtaking. I take it for granted now because I've just had it since I moved here. But it is truly something that's like, do you get any good salmon runs? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know though. Like I said, I haven't lived here my whole life. I moved here in December. So I've gotten a taste of the winter, and now I'm getting my first taste of what is called summer here. And to be honest with you, if I had a hoodie on right now, I'd be perfectly fine. This is hoodie weather, where I come from. I grew up in the Central Valley of California, so the Fresno area. Super hot. Now, when I grew up, it wasn't anywhere near as hot as it is now. You know, I could count the amount of 100-degree days in a summer on one hand growing up. And now it's constant, right? It's over 100, 110, 120. It's hit a couple of times. It's a massive degradation of the climate there. I still have a huge amount of my family there, which, you know, fucking sucks because the air quality and the heat is just so fucking tragically bad. But, you know, I got the fuck out and got to a place that is way more temperate, way more mild, and, you know, a little colder on average, but whatever, I prefer that. Technically, your face is wearing a hoodie. You know what? That's true. I never thought about it that way. That's actually brilliant. That's actually brilliant. I am wearing a hair hoodie with a hair shiesty all the time. A natural hoodie? I didn't know. That's outside the box right there. That's outside the box thinking right there. I've got a built-in hair hoodie with a hair shiesty. That's an interesting take. I agree. I agree. That's a gentleman of refinement right there. Why'd you move to Washington? Because the air quality, I just got done telling you. Because the air quality in Central California is so bad that I was having basically asthmatic symptoms there, right? And the heat is unbearable. Do you want to know? All right. I'm going to ask you a question. When I lived in California, the last house I lived in was about the size of the house I live in now, right? It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, right? And that's what this house is. Okay? How much do you think my electrical bill was in August, where you're running the AC a lot because it's 110 every day? How much do you think my electrical bill was living in California and it's not like a mansion, it's not like a really nice house, a really average suburban house? 200, 305, 300 plus, 4 to 5. We're talking about a month. Yes. So, any other guesses? 245? Okay. All right. Well, that's a very specific guess. You guys are going to shit yourselves with grief. The last August bill, Otello knows, that I got was $800. $800. I'll say that again. 800 for electrical. Had one of those big house-sized industrial like AC units on it, right? So it wasn't that. You just had to run the AC all fucking day long. And it would just barely keep your house at like 82, 81 inside. No attic space in that house. That house had the worst. It was just the worst. I cannot believe I lived there for as long as I did. I shit myself with grief when I think of the money that I wasted living there for as long as I did. If I'd lived there for a year as a holdover, that'd be one thing. But we were there for a long time. And I kind of just got fucking stuck in this kind of depressive haze while I was there because I couldn't go outside. Like, you guys see me doing this, right? There's a reason why every time I do one of these streams where I'm just chilling, I'm out here. I am a person that if I'm in a house, my mental, like, here's how I'd put it. My mental state matches my environment, right? If I'm indoors all day, my thinking becomes very small and enclosed, and it becomes very impulsive because I feel trapped, right? And if I don't have, and I'm not talking about like I have to go out and roam, I have to have somewhere like this where I can hear birds and where I can see trees and sunshine and all of that, right? And if I don't have those things, like I go nuts. And in Cali in the summer, you can't fucking sit out on your porch. Rainy and Finn here. I always want to tell you I love your work. Thanks for being loudly against the war. Hey, you can always count on me for that, if nothing else. If there's a war, I'm against it. I am a principled anti-war advocate. I will not support the new war. I will not support the next, hey, we got to do this. We have to, no. You can always count on me for that. That is probably my most closely held political position, if that's what you'd call it. Dude, I can only sit outside 5 days a year. Dude, I sit outside every day of my life for multiple hours a day. Okay? Every day. Without fail. Okay? Even when it's rainy and cold here. I've got a covered porch, put on a hoodie, and my ass is out here. Right? Are there any necessary ones in your opinion? Not currently, no. Not in my lifetime. Hasn't been a war in my lifetime that was justified. You want to go before my lifetime? You want to, like every fucking conversation, talk about maybe like World War II? Yeah, okay. But you want to find exceptions? They're going to be few. And know where you can get a $900 a month, 3 to 4 bed, 2 bath house on the beach. Bro. What you just told is a fucking fantasy. Fantasy. You're telling pork pies in here, friend. I'm a native Californian, born and raised. I've been in every nook and every cranny in California. And I ain't never seen a $900 a month beach house in my life, bro. So you're just like smoking fat fucking crack, bro. Source, born and raised. Pork pies. It's Cockney slang. Pork pies, lies. Then they shorten it sometimes to porkies. Cockney rhyming slang is what they call it. Lies, pork pies. Telling pork pies. Telling porkies. Fuck, you obviously don't know shit. Gotcha, dude. Yeah, man. For some fucking reason, bro. Hey, tell me where you're at. I'll look it up. Tell me what city you're in. I will get my other phone right now, and we will find out what the median rent in that city is. Hook it up, bro. Quick. What city? House. You're not in the beach? Okay. Let me go find out, bro. Come on. All right, let's find out. Ooh. Why would I say it if it's not true? Yeah, why would people make up lies on the internet, bro? What's the median rent in Eureka, California? Median rent in Eureka is $1,500. So you're telling me you're paying below the median, so $900 for a 4-bedroom house on the beach.
Is it moldy?
It's on the beach.
I'm saying like that's the only way I can see it.
Even if it's moldy, it's $1 million house. What are you talking about, bro?
Or is that your share of the rent as a roommate?
I don't know. For a fucking 4-bedroom on the beach in a place where the median rent is $1,500 a month. I don't care, bro. I don't care, bro. You done lied. You're a liar. And your grandma pays the other half of the rent? Is your grandma the owner? Because your grandma's charging you what she's charging you. That doesn't mean that's the rent, bro. Jesus Christ, man. Just stop. It's over for you, bro. It's over.
Grandma's giving her special grandson a sweet deal on rent.
Yeah, grandma's giving you a price, bro. Grandma's lying to you so you can save face and pay her way less than you should be paying her for the rent on that place. There is no 5-bedroom or 4-bedroom on the beach in Eureka or near it for $900 a month, bro. He's got to be trolling. That's what I'm starting to think, dude. So here's what's happening. Meemaw is hooking you up. She's telling you, oh, you're paying half, sonny. It's $900. But Meemaw's giving you a price.
Maybe that is her mortgage if she bought it 30 years ago or something.
Right, but you ain't being charged what an actual renter would be charged, bro. Yeah. I'm sorry to tell you that, little bro. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that, little bro. You came here... You came here with a lie. I just had fucking Siri disprove your lie. Oh, that's all it took.
And then
you admitted that, oh, well, it's not actually in Eureka, and I live with my grandma. It's like, bro, why are you even still arguing with me, bro? Your whole, like, rosy $900 for a beach house shit just got dismantled. No, you don't. No, you didn't.
Yeah, you could live for free in LA if you have parents in LA that are giving you a house for free.
Fuck, dude, if I had a rich-ass peepaw, I could live wherever the fuck I wanted. Isn't that great? It's absolutely nuts that you're still trying to save face and still even arguing, bro. Is that what you do, is argue with people on the internet? Homeboy, you're arguing with people on the internet.
You did a flex that was not a flex.
Yeah. You came in, try to act like you know what you're talking about. California is what you make it, bro. People say it's expensive. I paid $900 for a house on the beach. I called you out. I proved you absolutely fucking retardedly wrong. And you're in here still trying to argue. So who's the fucking retard that argues with people on the internet? I only call people liars when they say shit that are provably lies. I'm a California native. I was born and raised. I'm probably old enough to be your dad. And I've spent all that, like 99% of that life in California, bro. So you and I are not going to come to an accord where you get to limp out of here being correct.
Just the total lack of awareness. Like, no one's talking about renting from Granny.
Yeah, nobody is in the position where they can rent a sweet-ass beach house from their granny. So your feedback on what your California experience is doesn't count. Do you understand? Your grandma is hooking you up. That doesn't, that most people don't have a grandma. Sorry, be mad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, quit running
Just
around.
out of touch of
Yeah,
everyone.
quit running around acting like you know something that people don't, like you figured out some cheat code. The cheat code is your grandma gives you a price, bro. You can't live in any city on the coast of California, right, for less than $1,500 a month. And if you're on the beach, like you said, triple that. You're looking at $4,500 a month minimum, and we're talking an apartment with a beach view. So get at me, bro. Don't be retarded. Dude, I'm super happy that Meemaw is letting you pretend to be a big grown-up and pay her some little random token amount. But that does not reflect other people's experience. California is hella expensive. And the places that used to be cheap in California have now been offset and are super expensive because the climate has gone to shit. And you have to run your AC 24/7 to live in the summer there. So yeah, no, California is hella expensive and unattainable for most people. And when the closer you get to the coast, double that statement, triple it. But good job. I don't care if you're rooming with your Meemaw. He's paying rent. That's cool. Just don't act like your experience is something that you could like sell people on California with. Yeah, come to California. Okay, here's the checklist. Pick out where you want to live in California. Step 2, get a rich Meemaw that lives in a nice beach house in that city. 3, move there and have Meemaw give you a price. Nobody gets to do that, bro. So just shut up. That's all this is about, is you trying desperately to remain relevant when you came in here giving smug advice nobody asked for. I was talking about how expensive my electrical bill was in California, right? That's how this all started.
Let me guess, Meemaw doesn't make you pay that either, huh?
Of course, Meemaw doesn't make him pay that. You came in with some smug advice about how, like, I'm living the California dream. $900 a month for a 5-bedroom house on the beach, bitch. California is what you make it. That's every bit of it. Out that you're not paying that. You live with your grandma, right? And that you're full of shit. And now you're still here trying to save face. And that's all it's about. It's the only reason. And typically, people would ban somebody like you a long time ago. But I want you to learn a lesson about your fucking
place in the world.
Yeah, just about your fucking, like, don't come giving people advice when you don't consider, like, you have no self-awareness, right? California is not attainable for the average person if they're not prepared to pay at least $1,500 a month. And that's anywhere in Cali. Anywhere, right? You want to get below that, you're going to be living in a studio, right? You want to get like $700, $800, $900 a month rent, you're getting a studio apartment in Cali, if that.
And that's like in a shit town.
In a shit part of town. You're not getting a 5-bedroom beach house for $900 a month. If you, yeah, that's cheap. If you can get a $900 a month studio in Cali, man, you're getting a steal. So you came in here lying. And your Meemaw is propping you up. I don't care if you work 10 hours a day welding, bro. I never called into account that you weren't working. I didn't call you a loser. There's other people in the chat. I'm not calling you out for living with Meemaw. I'm calling you out for pretending your experience is average. It isn't. Most people can't get a rich Meemaw. Most people can't get a rich Meemaw that owns a really nice beach house and gives them a price. So quit telling people lies. Quit filling people's heads with lies. Just be honest. California is fucking expensive and unattainable unless you're prepared to pay just in rent $1,500 a month. That's what you're gonna pay for a shit box. And that does not include utilities, garbage, water, sewer, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. Well, your grandma isn't rich, but just relax and take me off your subject. I tell you what, I'll take you off the subject if you go like, you know what, I was fucking wrong. And then you shut up. That's how you get off the subject. You don't get to decide the subject here. This is my fucking backyard, my stream. You don't get to decide the subject here. You'll be the subject until I'm done playing with my food. And then I'll ask one of my people to ban you if you don't come to have your come to Jesus moment. And have it quick. You got caught giving dumbass fucking advice with no basis in reality. You got called out on it. You're exposed. Now your ego is bruised about it. And you don't want to say like, you know what, bro? You're right. 900 for a fucking 5-bedroom beach house is retarded. Sorry. That's all you got to say. That's it. That's all I'm asking. That's all we're asking. And then we'll move on. Yeah, just say, my bad. I was wrong. Got all your ego wrapped up in a fucking thing. It's just bullshit, bro. Let me get at me. You want to not be the topic? Say, dude, I was fucking wrong. You can't get a 5-bedroom beach house in California for $900 a month. My grandma is hooking me up. It's not even on the beach. This house is just shrinking and moving. You said it was literally on the beach. Go here, I'm gonna go back. Because we can do this now. It doesn't just disappear into the sands of time. We can just look at everything you said. Let's see here. I know where you can get a $900 a month, 3 to 4 bed, 2-bath house on the beach. It's not about the big cities. California can be whatever you make it. My grandma lives in Eureka. That's what she pays. I pay half the rent. You done? Ban him. Ban him. Ban him. Get him out. The dude literally cannot just go like, my bad. See you later. See you later, alligator. You doing, D? What you doing? How's Cricket doing? He's being Cricket. Lounging. He's doing exactly what a cat's job is. He's lounging. Yeah, it's fucking absolute fucking just goofy ass motherfuckers too. And that was big beautiful monarch butterfly. This place is like, this forest is magic sometimes. What a maroon. All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.